Hello.
Robinson Show. Oh, I'm sorry. What's going on, man?
Hey, I tried calling in a few times, couldn't get through. What's up,
Yeah,
guys?
man, we've been having Skype issues. Rob Maher?
Mayor.
Mayor. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering. I thought it was Mayor, but I couldn't figure it
Everyone
out.
gets it confused.
Do
No
you ever get
worries.
confused with Bill Maher?
Well, I have an uncle by that name, so he does say the N word, but he's not on TV.
So it
That's
doesn't
all
count.
that counts. Oh man, how you doing, brother?
I'm well. How you guys doing?
Not bad, not bad. You're a comedian. Are you in DC?
Yeah, I'm in between DC and Baltimore, so I claim both or reject both, depending on who I'm talking to.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing comedy, yeah, forever. Too long to not be rich and famous yet. 18 years.
Wow, yeah, that's a long time, man. But you've toured internationally, correct?
Yeah, I do a lot of shows for our troops. I've done 15 different countries for our military. So,
Cool.
yeah, I've been pretty fortunate all throughout the Middle East, Italy, all Japan, South Korea, Egypt, Turkey, Portugal. So some cool places, plus some horrible places you don't want to go, like Afghanistan.
Do you have any crazy stories from doing those?
Yeah, well, we were there. I was there with Tommy Davidson a few years ago on New Year's Eve in Afghanistan at Bagram, this huge base, and they they said that the bad guys like to attack on holidays or anything that might be important to Americans. So they moved our show up from typical evening show to an afternoon show, and they have these sirens that go off to let hit the deck that incoming fire. And it's not, they don't have technology like Taliban or whatever. They're just sort of aiming and they're just sort of looking over on a hill and just hoping they get close to you.
Yeah.
Fingers
We can like
crossed.
pinpoint from 8 miles and hit you right in the face.
Bunch of
But,
barbarians.
Exactly. They're like 2,000 years behind in basically every way. And
They're still using the slingshot.
so that happened during the show. Like we had to hit the deck, and it was it wasn't really that scary. But no one's trying to fire a rocket at me over here. So
Yeah.
and then the rest of the night we had to wear like gear whenever we left our room. So I just like stayed in the room. That was my New Year's Eve. I was just in my little room with their crappy internet.
I guess it's better than getting blown up,
Sober.
man. Yeah.
It is better than getting blown up. But I feel like because they had, I almost feel like that they were targeting us because they knew the show was happening.
Yeah.
So they had that happen earlier in the day. Then we were trying to leave. Like they had the siren go off. We were taking off, and then they had one land real near where to kill you. It literally has to land like right on you or next to you. And There's like 100,000 people on this base, so it's pretty big. But it landed, like 600-700 feet from where we were staying. So part of me was like, did they know? Were they online? Do they know that we had a show? Are they listening to my podcast now? Are they following me? Do
Right?
they think,
I would definitely
I've always
be.
said, like, if I get shot or something over there, like, I don't want to die or be crippled. But if I get shot and like survive, my career, I'm taking off. I'm unstoppable at this point. I'm on every show. I'm going on Ellen. I'll do a tour. I survived and I came back for more. I would just play that up. So, I don't want
That's
to
your
be, like,
ticket.
crippled
That's your
or
claim
anything
to
or die,
fame.
obviously. But I'll take a flesh wound to help my career. Absolutely.
Well, who have you said you worked with Tommy Davidson. Have you worked with any other big comics?
Yeah, I worked with Jim Norton.
Nice.
I worked with Lewis Black, Michael Blackson. I did a TV show on Kevin Hart's show on Comedy Central, so I met him and did a show with him. That's probably the biggest name.
Did you work with him
But,
before, or did you just on the show?
No, just on the show. I got they were looking for people. He has this show Hart of the City on Comedy Central. Season 2 is they're shooting it now, but so they just go to different cities and just focus on the comedy scene and interview 3 or 4 comedians there, and then they have you do a set. So it was I met him at Ben's Chili Bowl, sort of the DC institution restaurant, and we had a little sit down, me and two other comics and himself, little conversation, and then we each did a set that night. But his, I haven't talked to him since, but his people have been really cool about bouncing ideas off in projects and stuff. So it's his right hand man. He'll actually like text you back and call you and return emails. So
wow,
they seem pretty open to like helping out comedians and because I know they're doing their own online comedy channel. So I think they're definitely looking for content and are friend of comedians for sure.
That's cool. That's cool. What you also have a podcast, Rob and Joe Show?
Yeah, very Rob and Slim show.
That's why I thought we were gonna get along so swimmingly.
Absolutely.
How'd you meet Joe?
Well, Joe, we do comedy together. So I met him at a club in Baltimore about 10, 12 years ago, and we have similar personalities, obnoxious, sarcastic kind of assholes, and so we got along right away. And then he had a night show on 98 Rock. It's a Baltimore rock station, and I used to go on that show and do a segment on there with him. And then when that fell, that show and going away, and then I said, we should do a podcast together, and that's just how it started. So we're about 5 years in now, 300 episodes in. We do it every week, robandjoeshow.com. And it's just, we talk about our lives. Like we'll talk, whenever I have a trip, a tour. I just work with Rob Schneider, so, anything that happened with that I'll talk about. He's like 47, his girlfriend's 25, so there's a lot of stories that happen from that. My girl, we like to we share things. Like, my girlfriend, when I first moved in with her, or started living, she's a beautiful black woman way out of my league. And I found an unopened Magnum-sized condom, and I'm like, great, this is the guy that was here before me. We're wearing this, so we'll just put our lives out there, make it interesting and compelling. And I know that he's just going to give me shit about that for like 8 years after that. But that's what you do, right?
Right? That's what buddies do.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta bust each other's balls.
Yeah,
and have fun.
Definitely. And what is the murder mystery show that you do?
Well, he a few years ago, 2.5 years ago, his girlfriend wanted to go to a murder mystery show, and he said that seems like the worst thing you could ever do, and not funny at all. But what are you gonna do? You're gonna turn down the hot 25-year-old when you're a dying 47-year-old? Of course not. So they go on Groupon or Living Social, and they find one in Baltimore, and it's sold out for like a month. So I don't know. I guess this must be good.
Yeah.
So they finally get tickets. They go to it. It's in some Greek restaurant. They give you like a chicken kebab rice and a Coke, and then it's this horrible show. It's not funny, but it's packed. So he's like, well, wait a minute. If people are going to this thing, then I'm a comedian. I know all these comedians. We're good friends with this guy Justin Schlegel is one of the funniest guys we know, and plus he's on the morning show in Baltimore, so he has a built-in audience.
Yeah.
Why don't we just write our own murder mystery? And it was one of those things where someone has an idea and you agree to it, never thinking it's going to happen. And next thing we know, I was like, all right, I've never seen him. I've literally only seen a murder mystery that we've done. I've never seen another one. So we just started. We just wrote one, and it did really well. And then we have 6 of them now, and we actually took it to, speaking of the troops overseas, we took it to Jordan last month.
Cool.
We actually did our murder mystery for our troops in this Air Force base in Jordan. So yeah, we've done over 50 shows now, over 20 different venues. So yeah, it's actually gone really, really well.
That's
and
awesome.
It's not. We're not like the dinner theater murder mystery. We're comics, so it's going to be for a comedy club kind of audience. Definitely going to be more R-rated and dirty jokes, and it's not going to be campy and silly and we're talking with these old-timey Western British accents or whatever the theme is. No, we're going to be having a mockery and making fun of shit, and going off on tangents and having fun with it and just getting crazy.
What's it called?
Well, our company's Die Laughing Productions, dielaughingproductions.com, but we have our newest murder mystery is an 80s nostalgia one. It's called Back to the 80s.
Nice.
And basically, it combines the Ferris Bueller universe and the Marty McFly universe. And plus there's some other ode to, like, for example, we have Jessica Fletcher, the murder she wrote, Jessica Lansbury character.
Yeah.
We have her as a suspect in the murder because everywhere she goes, someone gets killed. So there's a lot of odes to the 80s. So we have American Idol parody one called Sing for Your Life, which is sort of just a parody of singing competition shows where someone dies and there's some singing component to it, obviously. And, we try to mix it up. We have a Holiday Christmas theme one, and
nice.
we just got to keep writing them.
Yeah.
Just keep making it crazy.
Cool. What other projects do you have coming up?
Well, I got a TV thing that I came up with that I'm trying to push. It's basically where you comedians just take everyday people, 9-to-5ers, and train them for 1 week to do comedy, and then they have a competition who does the best.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we shot a little pilot for that, so I'm in the works of trying to make that happen. I think it could be cool, like kind of like a Iron Chef group of comedians, meaning 6 or 7 in the stable, and 2 or 3 will face off each week with their with Joe from Ohio, who's the accountant, and Lucy from Atlanta, who's the school teacher or whatever. And they try to do 5 minutes at a comedy club, and whoever does the best is the winner.
Nice.
So I think it's a good idea. I think it's funny. It's also human interest. The broader idea to me is that we're all trying to get through life, and sometimes you got to laugh at your crazy life and just have fun with it and make jokes, even at your expense, or just to get things off your chest. Do it with comedy. What
will the prize be?
Well, I'm assuming we'd have some sort of sponsorship. So if it was a cruise liner, they would get a cruise or something. In my mind, you'd have 3 people competing each week, and then you'd have like on Chopped, you'd have 3 judges that would rotate. And you'd have 1 host. Ideally, the host would be somebody that's famous, and then the comics could be a little lower level, not household names. But that's my dream, is that the host would be a big name everyone knows. If not necessarily Seinfeld or Kevin Hart, but at least somebody that's I don't know, Wayne Brady, somebody, Carson, Daly, somebody that's a name that everybody knows and recognizes.
Nice. What's the craziest thing you've ever seen performing?
Well, I've done a nudist resort in West Virginia twice. So
was it good to look at, or was it something you didn't want to see?
No. It was not something good to look at. But you know what? I think that's better.
Yeah.
If you're staring at 100 just hot naked people, I'm like, why are you listening to me? You should be having sex. I'm funny, but I'm not as funny as banging that girl. Right? As that. It was, and the hardest part though was eating, because you get there and they have a buffet, and you're on a buffet. You look down the line to see what's on it, and now I'm looking at some guy's balls. I don't want the mac and cheese now. I can't eat that. And it's hot because they're naked and you're not, so you're you're sweating. And it's just, but they're a good crowd. They can't. What are they going to get? Pissed off at a joke? Dude, you're naked.
Yeah, they can't judge you. They can't judge you, bro.
Yeah. So they're all. It's the only show that you don't want a standing ovation. So no, you're gonna just stay seated. But you end up getting hammered, and then next thing you know, you're naked, and then what are you gonna do?
I was gonna say you might have to match them. It would be cool to see a fist fight there too. That'd be a fisting fight.
Well, they you can. They don't. They allow you to obviously perform naked if you want, but I can't. I don't know. I can't. I have to do my jokes. What if I say a really funny line, and I don't know if that's going to turn me on. If I came up with a good one-liner, I don't know. I don't want to walk. discover some new fetish that I have.
I wonder if there's any
I wanna
comedians
watch
that only
naked.
perform naked.
Yes, there are. And a couple friends of mine that had done it, and their picture was on the wall, and I tried to take a picture of that picture, and then they got mad at me. And they're like, "You want us to email it to you?" I'm like, "No, now this is weird. I don't want you emailing me. I was going to take this picture and do something funny with it, but now it's a whole other situation. Since I want to bang my friends." So, so that was obviously pretty crazy. I've gotten drunk and fallen off stage before.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a combination of, it was the perfect storm of no sleep, no food, and too much alcohol.
Yeah, sometimes it just hits you.
Yeah, it came up on me fast. Like the mic cord came out, and I couldn't figure out how to put it back in. I mean, it was bad. I said thank you, good night, and just done. Then I fell off the stage. They carried me out of there. And you know what? They booked me a month later. They did not care. Because that's Baltimore. You can do whatever the hell you want.
That looks good on a resume.
Yeah, I literally
Does
just called
own
and
stunts.
apologized. I didn't even say I would drink less. I just said, yeah, I'm sorry.
I would just say "fuck you" as I fell. Like,
Yeah. It turned into a funny. I got a funny joke out of it, and that's really all that comedy is about. And then it leads to a funny story or joke. It's worth happening to you.
yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Oh man, who are some of your favorite comedians to work with?
I worked with this guy Godfrey a few months ago. He's out of New York City, and I'm not saying he's the funniest comic that I've ever seen, but if I had to, if you just said to me, look, I need a comic to crush for 30 minutes, and I don't know what the venue is. I don't know if it's a football stadium, if it's a Irish pub, if it's all white people, all black people, if it's the religious crowd, if it's the friggin' most, country redneck crowd. I need someone to kill. I would pick that guy.
Yeah. Wow.
He's so versatile. 6 shows, he did tons of different material. I mean, he would talk about anything from just, basic, eating out at Chinese restaurants to talking about, Biggie versus Tupac to talking about, Black Lives Matter to talking about country line dance. He just could just make anything funny.
Wow.
And just in any audience, he could just make it work.
Yeah.
He does impressions. I mean, he's likable and he's a cool guy. So he's charming. So I was very impressed with his versatility and his ability just to do anything really.
That's cool. That's awesome. Rob, we have to wrap this up, dude, but thank you so much for talking to us.
Thanks. It's a pleasure to be on. Keep up the good show, guys. Glad to be on with you. Thank you.
Thank you. And where can everybody find you?
RobMaher.com, ROBMAHER, at Rob Maher, Twitter, Instagram. You're smart people. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Check me out. Look for me soon.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob.
Take care.
Later,
Have a good
man.
one, man.
Fucking Skype. I was tweeting. Everybody started tweeting.
He's such a pain in the ass.
I just private message the Peter what's his name? Fuck. Why can't I it's that hard name, the hard last name. We had him on a few weeks ago.
Romulitis.
Yes.
Romulitis.
Yeah, and he's got a group message on Twitter, and I just sent it there. Everybody started tweeting at Skype. They don't even have a fucking number.
Yeah,
The
He
last
would be
number-
a good person to tell about it, being a publicist and all.
Yeah, so
if anybody could do anything.
Everybody said it. Somebody just said they let their shit run out because it just fucking sucks.
Yeah, and it's like
just
every
fucking
week
sucks.
they break it. They
Yeah.
update it every single week.
And that's what
And
Ray
fucking
from the
break
Naked
it.
Porch asked. How are you going to do a show? I'm like, we just had to uninstall it and reinstall the first version, which is the only one that works.
They have a bunch of orangutans programming the fucking software.
Ill-mannered retards.